How to overload __init___ method based on argument type. Let's say I have a class that has a member called data, which is a list. I want to be able to initialize the class with, for example, a file name, which contains data to initialize the list, or with an actual list. What's your technique for doing this? Do you just check the type by looking at __class__? Is there some trick I might be missing? I'm used to C++ where overloading by argument type is easy.
A much neater way to get alternative constructors is to use class methods. For instance, the reason it's neater is that there is no doubt about what type is expected, and you aren't forced to guess at what the caller intended for you to do with the data type it gave you. The problem with isInstance X base string is that there is no way for the caller to tell you, for instance, that even though the type is not a base string, you should treat it as a string and not another sequence, and perhaps the caller would like to use the same type for different purposes, sometimes as a single item, and sometimes as a sequence of items. Being explicit takes all doubt away and leads to more robust and clearer code.
With Python 3, you can use implementing multiple dispatch with function annotations, as Python Cookbook wrote. And it works like.
Excellent question. I've tackled this problem as well, and while I agree that factories plus method constructors are a good method, I would like to suggest another, which I've also found very useful. Here's a sample. This is a read method and not a constructor, but the idea is the same. The key idea is using Python's excellent support for named arguments to implement this. Now, if I want to read the data from a file, I say. And to read it from a string, I say. This way the user has just a single method to call. Handling it inside, as you saw, is not overly complex.
Quick and dirty fix. Then you can call it with.
A better way would be to use isInstance and type conversion. If I'm understanding you right, you want this.
If you want to support the channel, please consider liking and